Good evening, everyone tuning in. Welcome to the beautiful campus of West Texas A&M. We are here as the Lady Buffs of West Texas A&M return to the pitch to host Fort Lewis College. WT is coming off of back-to-back games, and they're going to be leading, starting off the season, with a 2-0 start. The Fort Lewis Skyhawks come in 0-1 and with one tied game. Last time they came out, they were at Lubbock Christian University, and where they tied that game with the Lady Chaps. And we're going to take a quick break for the national anthem.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences have served the Panhandle and beyond.
Today, WT is committed to continuing an ag heritage tradition while inspiring innovation and cutting-edge education. As a regional research university, through ag industry partnerships, WT is focused on solving real-world problems and developing future ag leaders. For more information about supporting WT Ag, go to wtamu.edu/agday.
Went for a onside kick, landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Welcome back to the pitch as both teams take the field. And we're going to take a quick look at the starting lineups for our visiting team, the Fort Lewis Skyhawks. So starting for the Skyhawks, we have number 1, Catherine Dunbobbin. Number 3, Danon Yake. Number 4, Sabrina Reyes. Number 5, Madison Barella. Number 7, Julia Johnson. Number 8, McKenna Ford. Number 14, Danielle Gonzalez. Number 18, Clara Talent. Number 20, Gabby Merez Fishman. Number 24, Elizabeth David. And number 27, Anna Tucker. As we take a quick look at the starters for the Lady Buffs. Number 0, we have Reagan Heelan. Number 2, Emily Avila. Number 5, Reagan Madical. Number 8, Ashley Silvestre. Number 11, Kindle Britton. Number 12, Maddie Stryker. 13, Malia Mendoza. 17, Asha James. Number 19, Maria Francis Serrant. 21, Alexis Villarreal. And number 25, Nicole Gray. Both teams are coming in looking for a win in tonight's matchup. As we can see, the Lady Buffs has come out to a strong start as they hope that they continue that this winning streak. Before the game started, I was able to ask Coach Webb of the Lady Buffs how he is keeping the momentum going for his team. And, well, in short words, he said that comes from them. You know, in this line of work, he said if you don't come in as a player motivating yourself, then you don't belong here in our program. And so that says a lot from this WT team. They ready, they come into work every day looking for a win. Same thing can be said for the opposing team of the Skyhawks. As I asked Coach Clark the same question, and he said, that's what coaches do. You know, it's their job to make sure that their team has everything that they need. And we're starting off this game. That ball rolls out of the bounds after it is headed out by the Lady Buffs. Here comes the throw-in.
One ready, one go.
The Lady Buffs are trying to get control of this ball, but the Skyhawks seem to space the ball out, getting a pass to the other side of the field. And the goalie kicks it back for the Skyhawks. They're going to try and reposition. Skyhawks are heading it back to the goalie. She's going to get her onto offense back into position. That ball rolls out of bounds. So we're going to have a throw-in for the Lady Buffs.
Two ready, two go.
As number 11
One ready,
for the Buffs throws it in.
one go. Follow one.
That ball rolls out of bounds as well.
Two ready, two go. Yeah, on the goalie. Right there. One ready, one go.
Skyhawks are going to try and reposition. That ball heads the other direction.
Two ready, two go. Follow her.
And that is going to change possession towards in favor of the Skyhawks.
Okay. One ready, one go.
Ball is kicked past the half line. They're going to get this ball back to the goalie. And she's going to try to get her team to move past the half line. And that's one thing that Coach Clark had said after I was talking to him before the game. He said if they want to have any improvements on offense, you know, because they're coming off of a loss in their first matchup against Chaminade University, and then also coming off of a tie with Lubbock Christian.
Zoom in. Follow her.
For his offense, he says they need to get the ball past the half line more if they want to see any shots taken at the goal or anything.
Okay, keep following. A little more smooth.
And I do believe that is going to be a challenge for the Skyhawks to do in this particular game because
One go.
the defense and offense of the Buffaloes is clicking.
Two, find something. Here you go, two ready, two go.
We're going to have another throw in.
Left side, one. Left side.
This ball is going to be thrown in by number 11.
Ready, one, go.
Skyhawks are trying to take advantage of this ball. But the Buffs do seem to have the ball in control as of right now. Lady Buffs trying to get this ball as close as they can to the goalie so they can try and take an advantage of it. But this Skyhawks defense isn't giving up easy.
Left, one. Right there. There you go.
Skyhawks are trying to spread out the Buffaloes defense so they can make some room to get past that half line, and they do. Only thing is the Buffaloes saw it coming, and they're trying to make some plays of their own. Skyhawks in possession. That ball is rolling towards the corner, and is going to roll
Two ready.
right before it gets to the corner, and we're going to have a throw-in.
Actually, to your left, two. Two to your left. Right
This
there.
throw is going to be
Two
for
ready,
the
two, go.
Buffaloes.
One ready, one go. That was good, too. Stick here on one. Okay. Two zoom in.
That ball falls out of bounds. We're going to have another throw-in for the Buffaloes.
Stick here on one. Yeah, two for like throw-ins or like corner kicks. I want you to get like pretty tight on them.
Skyhawks moving towards the farther side of the field. That ball is stolen.
Still on one.
Racing to get that ball, but it falls out of bounds. We're going to have another throw-in for the Lady
Two
Buffs.
ready, two go. Just like that, two. One ready, one go. Careful, two. You were still on.
Asha James trying to make a play on that towards the goalie, but loses possession of the ball, and it rolls out of bounds.
It's a corner kick, so two. Can I have you go to the corner, the far corner?
And we're going to have a corner kick coming up for the
Two
Lady
ready, two
Buffs.
go. Steady, two. Right there.
I do believe this is going to be from number 5 of the Lady Buffs,
One ready.
Reagan
One,
Madical.
go. Alright, two. Can I have you zoom into the goalie?
That ball is kicked over the goal,
Two ready, two go.
and we're going to have the goalie set for another possession. That ball falls out of bounds, and it goes in favor for the Lady Buffs.
One ready.
Looking for a throw-in. Tried to get it to Asha James, but she wasn't prepared for it. So now the Skyhawks are trying to take advantage of that. She's got some space. Looking for a pass. And the Skyhawks are going to reset. Skyhawks are able to retain that ball back. The ball is kicked back.
Still on one.
Saran is in possession of it, trying to make something. That ball rolls out of bounds.
To follow number 5 for me. Follow her. Two ready, two go.
Gonna have a throw in
Watch your focus.
for the Lady Buffs.
One ready, one go.
Ball kicked towards the goal, and she saves it.
Two ready, two go. Watch your focus. Focus up. More. There you go, there you go. One ready.
And that is one stat that stands out the most for the Skyhawks. In their last game against the Lady Chaps of Lubbock Christian, their goalies combined for 8 saves, and the game before that only allowed 1 goal against Chaminade University. Only problem is they have not scored 1 goal in both of those outings, so they're hoping to change that coming into this game. Saran racing to save that ball, keep it in bounds.
One. Can I have you zoom in whenever they're on the far side? Just a little bit.
Asha James tried to take a shot towards the goal. That ball is stolen by the Skyhawks. And possession changes towards the Lady Buffs. Saran racing towards the goal, and she blocks it. Ball is still in play. Lady Buffs might get another shot.
Two. Can I have you go to the goalie?
And that one rolls out of bounds.
Two ready, two go.
Saran came in hot and looking for a shot. Kicked it fairly hard. And yeah, that goalie is feeling it right now.
Two. Can I have you go to the goalie? To your left. Looks like you're on one. You're good too.
Skyhawks trying to get it past the half line. Skyhawks trying to regain possession of this ball. And that ball is going to roll out. And possession is toward the Lady Buffs.
Sticking here on one.
Lady Buffs trying to reset their offense. This Lady Buff offense does know how to attack. Races to save it. Skyhawks trying to get it past the half line. That ball rolls out of bounds.
2 ready, 2 go.
We're going to have a throw in from number 11.
1 ready, 1 go.
Kendall Britton.
Alright, they're doing a corner kick too. Can I have you go to
Ball rolls out of bounds. I do believe we're going to have a corner kick.
Yeah, you had it right there. Zoom in. We'll wait. Alright, 2 ready, 2 go. Just follow number 5.
Headed towards the corner kick is going to be number 5, Reagan Madical.
1, can I have you frame up the goal and the corner? Just like
A
that.
sophomore out of Lucas, Texas, standing at 5'1".
1 ready, 1 go.
Kicks it towards the goal. Buffs try to capitalize, but is defended by the Skyhawks. Headed out. And the Buffaloes retain possession. Pass to Asha James. She's trying to get the pass. Kick towards the goal, and it is just right.
2, can I have you on the goalie? 2 ready, 2 go.
Goalie with the kick to reset. Skyhawks. Neither defense is giving in. As that ball stolen. Asa James in for the kick towards the goal, but it is outside.
2 on the goalie. 2 ready, 2 go. 1 ready, 1 go.
Skyhawks trying to move the ball, but that's going to allow the Lady Buffs to reset the offense. Madical moving towards the goal. Her kick is just outside as well.
Zoom in on 5, 2 left.
The scoring of the Lady Buffs has been
2 ready, 2 go.
consistent in these last couple of games, both having a final score of 3-0.
1 ready.
With that being said, that also goes for the defense. Both goalies are doing outstanding work with saves.
2 left, some 2.
And when I was chatting with Coach Webb, he said the consistency of the offense needs to be the same. They have to keep it consistent with the pressure to the goalie. One thing he did mention, though, that he wants to see improvements on is how his team closes out the game. With that being said, I think he wants to see more points on the board for the Lady Buffs, which, with any coach, who doesn't want to see that? Goalie resets for the Skyhawks. That ball shot, but outside.
2 ready.
Goalkeeper for the Lady Buffs had to come in to try and save that.
1 ready.
That goalkeeper was number 0, Reagan Heelan. As she resets for the Buffaloes.
That was a good shot too.
Lady Buffs with some movement towards the goal. Sarant moving to save that ball, and she is able to. The This is going to allow the Lady Buffs to reset the offense. See if they can come up with something. Score still 0-0 as we move into 25 minutes left in the first. As that ball rolls out of bounds.
2 ready, 2 go.
This is going to allow the goalie to start off this possession for the Skyhawks.
Right there. 1 ready.
One thing that stood out to me when I was talking to both coaches before this matchup, Coach Clark and Coach Webb have known each other since they were 18 when they started playing against each other. And I had to ask Coach Clark, how would it feel to win this game on the road, especially against Coach Webb and the Lady Buffs? And, well, he kept it very, very simple. He's won here before, so it wouldn't be new to him. That ball is kicked and saved by the goalie of the Lady Buffs.
1 ready, 1 go. I like that too.
Ball gets past the half line, but this allows the goalie to reset the Skyhawks offense. WT defense is trying to close in. They're going to get it back to the goalie to relieve some pressure. Skyhawks are trying to move this ball around, spread out the defense, but that ball is stolen. Trying to make some movement towards the goal. Sarant with the kick, but it is saved
2 ready, 2 go.
down on the ground by the goalie for the Skyhawks. Goalkeeper for the Skyhawks tonight is number 1, Catherine Dunbobbin,
1 go.
as she resets the possession. Dunbobbin is a junior out of Broomfield, Colorado.
Two ready, 2 go. I like that.
I can't stress it enough how much
1 ready, 1 go.
important these goalies have to both teams. Skyhawks again have had 8 saves so far and only allowed
2 ready, 2
1 goal. But then you also have to look at the Lady Buffs defense, and they have not
1 ready.
let a team score yet, which is outstanding. And that's one thing that Coach Webb of the Lady Buffs had stressed whenever I talked to him before the game. He really emphasized how consistent his goalies are. And not just the goalies, but the defense as well, as they are led by number 2 of the Lady Buffs, defender Emily Avila, which is a senior out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, standing at 5'6". He also is very pleased by his defense, as they have not allowed a goal yet in the start of the season. He did say, that's more than likely going to come to an end, but he wants to keep that stat up for live as much as he can. Asha James racing to save this ball. Will she get to it?
2 follow her.
But no, it rolls
Follow.
out of bounds. This is going to allow the goalkeeper to reset the possession.
2 ready, 2 go.
And we have a sub in for the Lady Buffs. Coming in is number 16, Damaris Cruz, which is going to be playing at the forward position. She's a senior out of Austin, Texas. Lady Buffs That was Cruz trying to get a pass towards Sarant,
2 ready, 2 go.
trying to set her up for a goal perhaps,
Ready, 1 go.
but it rolls out of bounds in favor for the Skyhawks, but the Lady Buffs are trying to get possession back. And here come the Skyhawks. And she is tripped up.
2 ready, 2 go. 1 ready.
That was number 14 of the Skyhawks, Cecilia Marlowe, the freshman out of Castle Rock, Colorado. And she was tripped up by number 5 of the Buffaloes, Reagan Madical. This is going to allow a free kick for the Skyhawks. See if they can take advantage of this opportunity. Skyhawks trying to maintain possession, looking to reset the offense, but that ball is kicked out of bounds.
2 get the throw in.
Throw in for the Lady Buffs.
2 ready, 2 go. 1 ready, 1 go.
Sarant trying to take possession of this ball. Racing towards the outside, shot towards the goal, but that is saved.
2 ready, 2 go.
Wow. And that was number 1 for the Skyhawks goalkeeper, Catherine Dunbobbin.
1 ready, 1 go. Stick round 1.
Skyhawks in position. And this ball is going to be kicked out of bounds.
To your right. To your right, 2.
This is going to be in favor for the Lady Buffs,
2 ready.
as we're going to have a throw in.
1 ready, 1 go.
Throw in goes in towards Sarant. Ball is shot towards the goalie, but she is able to save it easily.
1 ready. 1 go.
Got a little bit of contact there as number 27 for the Skyhawks was trying to gain some possession of the ball there.
Tilt up.
And that was Anna Tucker, the forward,
There.
freshman out of Broomfield, Colorado for the Skyhawks. This is going to award a free kick for the Skyhawks.
1 go.
Ball kicked towards the goalie, headed, but it goes over the net.
2 ready, 2 go.
Skyhawks were awarded the free kick, tried to make something happen out of it, and they were just off.
1 go.
Got some movement from the Lady Buffs. Madical passes to Asha James. Goes towards the middle,
2 ready, 2 go.
but the goalie scoops it up, calls everyone back, and she's going to send it off.
1 ready, 1 go.
I wouldn't be surprised if this defense was making a game plan to lock down on Asha James, but here comes Sarant. Asha James up the middle, got an opportunity, but it is saved by the goalie. As we take a look at this replay, there's the pass from Sarant to James, and just a light tap. Thought she could sneak it by the goalie, but she was ready for it. So now we're going to have a corner kick from the Buffaloes. And this is Madical. Towards the goal, see we can have something happen. Ball is kicked out to Asha James again. Showing off the footwork, passed back out to Madical. She kicks towards the goal, but it misses just by a short amount. We have another sub in coming in for the Skyhawks. And this is going to be number 23, Aubrey Swindle. The forward, she's a sophomore out of New Mexico. Like I was saying before, I would not be surprised if this defense had a game plan to lock down on Asha James. She's been a player that has been outstanding these past couple of games for the Lady Buffs. And here she comes. Tries to pass it to Sarant. But this defense from both sides of the field playing outstanding right now. Tried to take a shot, but is deflected off one of the Skyhawks, and they are trying to regain possession. Good defense by Sarant. Shot up by Asha James, but it goes over the goal. That comes from the explosiveness of Asha James. If she gets the ball and she is close to the goal, more than likely she's going to take that shot. That's one thing that I got from Coach Webb of the Lady Buffs. He trusts all his players. Because I had asked him, what players should we keep an eye on for tonight? And, of course, he listed Maria, Francis Sarant, Asha James, and many others. But then, after all that was said, he said, if I had time, I could tell you everybody's name of the starting 11 that we have out tonight. So he's got full trust in his team that they're going to make the right decisions and they can come out with a win. Only thing is they're going to have to get that ball past the goalie, which has been outstanding. Lady Buffs in possession. Ball is kicked past towards the goalie for the Lady Buffs. Skyhawks are racing, but goalie is going to reset and kick it out towards the Lady Buffs. Madical moving past the half line. She tried to get that ball to Asha James, but she let her just by a little. Lady Buffs try to regain possession, but that ball rolls out of bounds. Number 14 for the Skyhawks with the throw-in. Lady Buffs, with the defenders that they have, trying to get this ball. Asha James is off target with that pass.
Ready to go.
Skyhawks with the throw in.
One ready, one go.
And that ball is deflected out of bounds in favor for the Skyhawks. Racing to get possession of that ball. Kicked in the opposite direction. But it rolls out of bounds as well.
Okay, 2 with the throw in. Right there. 2 ready to
It's
go.
going to be number 14 for the Skyhawks, Danielle Gonzalez,
One
the
ready.
midfielder, freshman out of Broomfield, Colorado. Skyhawks are trying to reset. She's got a little bit of a lead. Kicks it towards the goalie, but she comes up and scoops up the ball.
2 ready to go. Follow the goalie.
Reagan Heelan with the defense. Sarant trying to make a push to Asha James. Stopping. She's got a... Had the goalie on the ground for a split second. That was her shot to take. But the defense was still there. There's Madical with a shot.
2 ready to go.
But again, the goalie's able to get back on her feet and make the save.
One ready, one go.
Lady Buffs trying to get possession of this ball. Again, that is just outstanding defense by the goalkeeper. On that last play from Asha James, again as she comes up to stop this ball. But on that last play, Asha James faked out the goalkeeper because she had to come up try and stop the ball. And she had a split second that I thought she was going to capitalize on. But the defense was still there. And the goalkeeper had enough time to get back on her feet and have another save added to her name. Sarant pushing. She's got a couple defenders. Takes a shot. Getting positioned again. Takes another shot. And that is in. Maria Francis Sarant with the goal. We're going to take another replay. That might not be the one, but again, amazing opportunity for the Lady Buffs. You knew it was going to come, didn't know when, but it was bound to come with the offensive run that they have been having so far, defeating both teams 3-0. Lady Buffs have taken the lead 1-0 with almost 7 minutes left in the first half.
2 ready, 2 go. 1 ready, 1 go.
It's all about patience in this game. Some coaches, they would like to have a bigger lead right now, but hey, Coach Wob will take what he can get. Lady Buffs trying to move the ball, but the Skyhawks defense looks to win this one over. Skyhawks moving the ball past half line. This ball, Lady Buffs are trying to make an attempt to steal it, as they want to add another score before this time runs out. Well, then on the other hand, Skyhawks having a little bit of trouble, but they want to even out this score and maybe even if they can take the lead. Sarant with possession and racing for it is Medical. Trying to make her way towards the goalie, trying to make some space, but she is tripped up. She had a little bit of momentum going on her side, zigzagging across the field. But now this ball heads back to the other side as the Lady Buffs defense trying to protect their part of the field. Skyhawks trying to make an effort to get it towards the goal. But this Lady Buff defense is not allowing it as that ball rolls out of bounds. We're going to have a throw in for the Lady Buffs. Sarant trying to make her pass to Medical, but it's off the mark.
To get the throw in, follow her. Yeah.
And that ball rolls out of bounds.
Well, can I have you
And I believe we're going to have a throw in from the Skyhawks.
One ready, one go.
Ball goes into traffic. James with the possession and pass towards midfield. This is going to allow the goalie for the Skyhawks
One ready, one go.
to reset her team. Lady Buffs trying to play keep away. Sarant trying to stay on her feet. She does. Retains possession of that ball. Skyhawks trying to move it past half field. Asha James trying to race towards that ball,
Two ready, two go.
but it's just quite out of her reach.
Right there's good. One ready, one go.
Skyhawks see if they can get anything rolling. Trying to move in closer towards the goal. Passing the ball around, trying to move it around. Split up this defense. Shot at the goal, but it is saved
Two ready, focus.
by Heelan.
Two ready, two go. Following her.
Again, here comes that great defense from the Lady Buffs.
One ready,
Not allowing a score yet of the season.
one go.
And this kick to the other side of the field is going to allow the goalkeeper for the Skyhawks to reset. Closing in on a minute left of of this first half. Shadows are starting to creep in onto the field. And we seem to have a little bit of a breeze, enough to blow the flags out.
2 ready, 2 go.
Skyhawks had a little bit of momentum going, but that was stopped by the goalkeeper once again of the Lady Buffs, Reagan Heelan. She's going to try to milk this clock, give her team a little break heading into the half.
2 ready, 2 go. 1 ready. 1 go.
And that ball rolls out of bounds. And that's going to close out our first half of tonight's matchup against the Lady Buffs and the Fort Lewis Skyhawks. Well, this has been a game about defense. Score is 1-0 in favor of the Lady Buffs. Both goalkeepers have to put in their fair share of the amount of work that we have. We're going to take a quick timeout. As we come back, we're going to roll into some stats as we have a recap of this first half. You're watching Lady Buff Soccer on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
Welcome to MetaDrive Pharmacy, Canyon's hometown pharmacy for over 32 years. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to counsel you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly, professional service and the highest quality medicines and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Welcome back to Lady Buff Soccer, as we're in a very tight matchup. 1-0 on our scoreboard in favor of the Lady Buffs. Let's take a look at some quick stats while we're waiting for the second half to begin. So shots in total, the Lady Buffs have taken, well, I guess you could say the odds are in one favor. Shots for the Lady Buffs 14, and shots for the Fort Lewis Skyhawks 3. Shots on goal 2, as opposed to the Lady Buffs leading them with 10. Saves, this is where it gets interesting. This turns the tables, as the Skyhawks have 9 saves, all of them coming from number 1, Katie Dunbobbin, and as opposed to the Lady Buffs 2 saves, all coming from Reagan Heelan. Fouls, we have 0 to 3. Lady Buffs with all 3. And then same goes for corners. Skyhawks 0, Lady Buffs 3. We all knew when we were going to come into this game that defense was going to be the deciding factor. More importantly, goalies which goalie was going to fall short first. But we have a whole nother second half coming your way, so it's a whole new ball game. Scoreboard reads 0-0 when we come back. Both coaches trying to prep both teams. And that shot by Serrant was tremendous. She had a push towards the goal, moved a little to the outside, and then shot it right back in past the goalie. And in this game, before the game, it goes back to how we talked with Coach Clark of the Skyhawks. He said if his offense wants to improve, they have to get the ball past the half line a lot more. And I think they need to stay on that game plan. They need to keep on improving on that, working towards that, trying to split up this defense of the Lady Buffs so they can get it past, because that whole first half, it seemed like it was dominated by the Lady Buffs offense. As we look at that stat one more time, shots on goal 10-2 with the Lady Buffs leading, and the same goes for shots in general, 14-3 with the Lady Buff leading as well. Well, this shadow is definitely going to cover our field by the time we come back. Take a quick look at the weather report. We have a sunny 86 degrees. When we started, it was a very hot 90 degrees. And that breeze has died down just a little bit. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we're going to try and get started with the second half of the Lady Buffs hosting the Fort Lewis Skyhawks here at the pitch in Canyon, Texas.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we are a little over 6 minutes left in this half, you're listening to the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Daniel Kalunga here, bringing you with all the action, and my broadcast director, Kason Johnson, alongside his cameramen, Emma McReynolds and Alan Rogers. The Thunder Vision team bringing you all the broadcast content for tonight's matchup. We have a beautiful sunset coming down in tonight's evening. And as we look out into the field, Fort Lewis gathered up in a huddle, and then towards their goal, goalies are preparing themselves for another heavy assault from the Lady Buffs offense. Some players that have been noted out to make a big impact, which have is Maria Francis Sarant. She has the one goal in tonight's matchup. Asta James has been all over the field with her speed, agility, quickness. She's been trying to move around the defense, getting her other teammates involved. And then on the defensive side, Reagan Heelan. She has 2 saves in tonight's matchup. Her defense has been helping her out tremendously. That first half, like we had said before, we had seen a lot of offensive adjustments made from the Lady Buffs. They spent a lot of their time on the field towards Fort Lewis's goal. Not that much spent for the Fort Lewis Skyhawks on the Lady Buffs goal. The coaching staff for WT feels great coming in with a 2-0 start, and they're hoping to jump it to a 3-0 start. One thing, though, that we're going to have to see some improvements on the Lady Buff side is their consistency at closing out games. You know, they want to keep up the intensity the whole game from start to finish, and that's one thing that Coach Webb of the Lady Buffs thinks that his team can improve on. And as for the Skyhawks, you just want to get a spark going. You know, you want to have one of your offensive players to move the ball, get a lot of her teammates involved, and just try and get some shots on the goal. Once you move that goalie around, get some shots continuously, one of them will swoop by her eventually. So we're going to see what adjustments are made from both sides of the field. So we're going to take a quick look ahead for the Lady Buffs. After this matchup, they're going to hit the road for a pair of games in the Sooner State. WT takes on Oklahoma Baptist on Tuesday, September 6th at 6 p.m. The Lady Buffs then travel to Weatherford, where southwestern Oklahoma State awaits. So they're going to try and close out this game with a win, and then after that keep the momentum going on the road, because they're going to have a three-game road trip. 2-game, excuse me. After southwestern Oklahoma State, they're going to come back to Canyon at the pitch and face Colorado State Pueblo. The Colorado State Pueblo also has an overall record to start off the season with 0-2. Then we're going to take a quick look at Fort Lewis, see what they have coming up. as both teams begin to warm up, get stressed out as we have close to 1 minute left in our half. So after this matchup, the Lady Buffs, the Skyhawks are actually going to stay here in Canyon as they have a neutral game with St. Mary's University. Then after that, they will head back to Durango, Colorado, where they will face Eastern New Mexico University. St. Mary's University starts off their season 2-0, where it seems that they are also starting their season with a great offensive performance, winning their first game 4-0, and then their second 3-1. Both teams coming back out to take the field. And again, another solid start for the Lady Buffs. Let's talk about the defensive side as we turn our attention to number 0 of the Lady Buffs, sophomore Reagan Heelan. She has led a stout Lady Buffs backline to a pair of shutout wins to open the season. Before tonight's matchup, in 176 minutes of play so far, she has had 10 saves on 16 total shots heading her way. And again, we know that this is a friendly matchup between coaches. As I stated before, these two have been playing against each other since they were 18. Coach Webb enters his 13th season at the helm of the WT women's soccer program, having led the Lady Buffs to 5 Lone Star Conference championships, 3 NCAA tournament appearances, and 1 regional title. And we are underway with the second half of play in tonight's matchup. Lady Buffs trying to make their way past the half line. Asha James was trying to make something happen, but she lets her teammate take that ball. Heading towards the center. That ball is deflected by a Skyhawks defender. A fight for the ball. And we're going to have a whistle called by the referee. Lady Buffs are going to be awarded a free kick. Kick towards the goal. Lady Buffs tried to head it towards the goalie, but ball comes back out, stolen by the Skyhawks. And this is going to allow the Lady Buffs to actually regain possession and reset. Try and get their offense rolling. Goalie comes outside of the inside box. And it's kicked back to her. Trying to slow down the momentum that the Lady Buffs are bringing. It's all about pressure for these Lady Buffs. Pressure, pressure, pressure towards the goalie. not just the goalie, but the defense entirely. They like to wear down the defense and then attack. Like right here, Medical passes to Sarant. She's trying to get it, and she does! Sarant with another goal. Her second of the night, and that brings the score 2-0 for the Lady Buffs. What a great assist from Medical to Sarant. Like I said, they like to try and spread out that defense. Tear them down limb by limb and then attack. That's what they do best. Bring pressure to the goalie. That's what Coach Webb wants to see his offense do. Lady Buffs in possession. Number 13 for the Lady Buffs trying to make a push. Passes it towards the middle. Thought she had an opportunity there. And that is saved. Number 13 for the Lady Buffs again with another attempt. But it's just off the mark towards the outside. Number 13 for the Lady Buffs is Malia Mendoza. And this is going to have the goalie have her kick roll out of bounds. Like I said before, Malia Mendoza was on that last attempt on the shot at the goalie. And she is a defender senior out of Dallas, Texas. Here she is again with the ball, trying to split up the defense. Does she get another chance? And that is blocked by the goalie. I do believe we have a new goalie in. That's going to be Caitlin Rosenbaum, sophomore out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. She's got some big shoes to fill. As goalkeeper before, Catherine Dunbobbin comes out. And she's able to save that one. Lady Buffs thought they had another opportunity to score. But their offense comes up short as they are stopped by the defense of the Skyhawks. Ball kicked towards midfield. Lady Buffs trying to turn the possession towards their favor. Ball is kicked, and that is saved as she jumps up and snatches that ball. Caitlin Rosenbaum. She's trying to hold her ground against this Lady Buffs offense. Skyhawks making their way towards the other side of the field. But the defense by the Lady Buffs. Skyhawks gain possession. Pass towards the middle. But her pass is off the mark. That's going to allow the Lady Buffs to send it back. Asha James with the steal. Pass towards Sarant. She's going to try and get it back to Asha James. But the defense comes up again. Here comes Asha James with a shot, but I do believe the goalkeeper got a fingertip on it, allowing it to go just above the goal. As we take a quick look at the replay, had some movement, a pass to Asha, but just a little above the mark. Asha James, she's looking to score in this game. She's gotten a couple of opportunities, but this defense, they're trying to lock down on her. They've been studying film. They know that she's a key player for these Lady Buffs, a key scorer. But that goes back to what Lady Buffs coach, Coach Webb, had said. If he could highlight all 11 players, he would. Skyhawks trying to move the ball past the half line. But the Lady Buffs defense is right there. They're doing what they can to make sure that this Skyhawks offense does not get set up. Trying to play keep away, and they send it back to the other side. Sarant trying to use her speed, bring it back towards the goal. Does she got a shot? I believe she tried to pass it to Asha James. The Skyhawks defense is there. James with the pass, but it's off the mark. This ball keeps on going back and forth between the Lady Buffs and the Skyhawks, trying to get some movement. She's got a little bit of room. Can she make it happen? But the goalie is right there with the save. That was 13 for the Lady Buffs. Malia Mendoza again with an opportunity to try and put her team ahead by 3. But goalie for the Skyhawks is not letting it happen. Number 4 for the Skyhawks is tripped up by the Lady Buffs. Number 4 is Sabrina Reyes, midfielder, freshman out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. She stands at 5'5". This is going to allow a free kick for the Skyhawks. There's the kick. Everyone's headed towards the goal, but it is just outside. We're going to have some sub-ins for the Skyhawks. First, we have number 22, Ellie Cook, the midfielder freshman out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. And then we also have number 23, Aubrey Swindle, the forward, sophomore out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. This is going to allow the goalie for West Texas A&M to send it out. That ball is passed to Madigal, but it rolls out of bounds, giving the Skyhawks a free kick, and she is tripped up hard. No call. 27 with a shot towards the goalie, but Reagan Heelan with the save. On that last shot for the Skyhawks, that was number 27, Anna Tucker, the freshman out of Broomfield, Colorado. Sarant trying to bring the defense. Skyhawks trying to actually move the ball, get to the other side of the field so they can have some offense going. Like I said, they need that spark. It's like once you get one goal, the gate's open for the rest of your team. They're going to get a shot right here. 27 again. But the Lady Buffs defense able to step up when it's needed. And you know, it's just as you think you have that shot, here comes some Lady Buff flying in to save the day. Or if you're looking at it from the other side, ruin the day. Send it back to Heelan. And she's going to send it out towards number 13, Malia Mendoza. As that ball rolls out of bounds in favor of the Lady Buffs, we're going to have a throw-in. Asha James trying to take control of the ball. Move it towards the other side. But it is sent back by the Skyhawks. Right towards the Lady Buff. But this Skyhawks team is not giving up. Both are tripped up. Giving the Skyhawks a little bit of possession. Trying to make something happen. Space out the defense. There's a shot towards the goal. But it is saved. Number 19 for the Skyhawks with that shot, Rosalind Gomez, freshman out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And if you're the Skyhawks, you like to see they're starting to have a lot more shots on goal as we started off this second half. Lady Buffs trying to round it off, get it back to midfield. Towards the goal, tried to head it in, was Mendoza, but that falls out of bounds. Goalie for the Skyhawks waiting for the signal. She gets it. We get closer to the 30-minute mark left in this second half of tonight's matchup. Tonight's matchup brought to you by the Thunder Vision team of West Texas A&M University. I'm Daniel Kalunga bringing you the action. Next to me is our broadcast director, Kason Johnson. And then we have our very amazing cameramen, Emma McReynolds and Alan Rogers. Doing a great job to bring you some amazing shots to tonight's matchup. Buffaloes are going to have a throw-in. Trying to get it back to the goalie, and they do. To try and regain possession and get it back over that half line. Pass to Mendoza. Almost saved by number 25 of the Lady Buffs, but it rolls out of bounds. Lady Buffs still in possession. Stolen by the Skyhawks. James with the defense. And she's signaling for a pass to Medical. But that passes off the mark, giving the Skyhawks an opportunity. It's a race to the ball. Who's going to get it first? Trying to save it, and she does. That ball is deflected. Skyhawks are still in possession with a great save from number 8. Ball shot towards the goal. Light kick, but it was saved by Reagan Heelan of the Lady Buffs. She sends it back.
Yeah, you can get tighter on those too.
Skyhawks trying to move the ball back to where they can get their offense going again. This Lady Buffs defense working tight. Just a split second when you think the Skyhawks are going to have an opportunity to get their offense. But the Lady Buffs not letting it happen. Kick towards the midfield.
Zoom out someone. That's good.
Stolen by the Lady Buffs. James with the ball. As the Lady Buffs are trying to get past the half line. Sarant with a little bit of movement, a little bit of a lead. She goes with a shot towards the goal, but it is just outside. She'd like to add another goal to her resume. And we have a sub in for the Skyhawks. Coming in is number 6. Meredith Sater, defender. She's a junior out of Frisco, Texas, standing at 5'10". She's going to see if she can help out this Skyhawks team. That ball rolls out of bounds. We're going to have a throw in from the Lady Buffs.
2 ready, 2 go. 1 ready. 1 go.
Medical push hard to the ground.
2 ready. 2 go.
I do believe that is going to allow for a free kick for the Lady Buffs.
Zoom in a little bit more too. Right there. And watch your focus.
With this free kick, they're going to try and see if they can take advantage and add up to that score. Right now, our scoreboard reads 2-0
1 ready. 1 go.
in favor of the Lady Buffs. A little under 25 minutes left. Kick towards the middle. Headed towards James. She's got possession. Kicks it out to Medical. She saves it from going out of bounds. That ball was headed, I do believe, by a Skyhawk. It goes out of bounds. Now we're going to have a corner kick for the Lady Buffs. Reagan Medical. She stands by the corner. See if she can set up something towards the goal. Give the Lady Buffs another opportunity.
That's good. 2 ready, 2 go.
She waits for the signal. This defense is going to do what it can to stop this consistency of the offense. And they do. The pressure comes and they're able to withstand it.
2
Lady Buffs will be rewarded a throw-in, though.
One ready, one go.
That ball rolls out of bounds.
Two ready.
And we might have another throw-in from the Lady Buffs.
Two ready. Two zoom in. Right there.
You can hear a little bit of music from
Two go.
Bain Schaefer Buffalo Stadium as we here at WT are hosting a high school game. Tascosa High School versus Legacy High School. And then tomorrow, the West Texas A&M Buffaloes will be home. Here's a shot towards the goal. Just a little over. And you saw Sarant jump in there, try to head it in, but it just went over her. It's a battle for the ball. Lady Buffs are trying to come up with it, but the Skyhawks seem to take possession. Whistle is blown.
Two ready.
But as I was saying, the WT football team will be home and they will be facing Western Colorado in a great matchup tomorrow starting at 7 p.m.
Goalie two. Right there. Two ready, two go. You can zoom in some.
The goalie for the Skyhawks is going to send it away. See if we can see some offense spark up from the Skyhawks. Tried to inch their way closer to the goal, but it is taken away by the Lady Buffs. But these Skyhawks aren't giving up. Trying to make some space, backing up the Lady defense. Lady Buff defense, excuse me. That ball is kicked out of bounds. And we're going to have a couple of sub-ins on both sides. Number 2 for the Skyhawks, Delaney Foley, defender. She's a freshman out of York, Maine.
Thank you for getting those subs one.
And then we're going to have number 15 for the Lady Buffs, Sydney Hokuff. Hokuff, she's a sophomore out of Torrance, California. And then also coming in for the Skyhawks, we have number 5, Madison Varela. She's a midfielder and junior out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico.
One ready, one go.
Here's the throw-in for the Skyhawks. Kicks it back. It falls out of bounds.
Number 11, right there. Zoom in some more. Two ready, two go.
A little under 20 minutes left in this second half, as the Lady Buffs are trying to improve on the way that they close the game. Deep kick sent. It's a race to the ball. And it falls out of bounds.
Two zoom in. Two go.
And it seems that this ball is going to be rewarded to the Lady Buffs. Number 5, Reagan Madical, heads over for the corner kick as the rest of the Lady Buffs position towards the goal. They're going to see if they can take advantage of this shot, either kick it in or head it in towards the goal.
Zoom in someone.
Got some movement. Here comes the kick towards the middle, deflected by the goalie. That sends everyone back. Great defense from Caitlin Rosenbaum of the Skyhawks. Number 6 of the Skyhawks takes a shot, but it is just outside. We have a sub in for the Skyhawks, and it's going to be number 15. We do not have her on the roster, but we'll see if we can up that momentarily. Buffaloes trying to keep their momentum going, keep on bringing the pressure towards the goalie. But Rosenbaum, she's taking this pressure a lot better than some other goalies have. There's another shot towards her. She scoops it up. She's going to send everyone back. Shot towards the goal by the Skyhawks, but it goes over the net. And if you're Coach Clark, you can't complain about that. You know, you want to do what you can, get your girls involved, and as long as they're taking shots towards the goal, that's improvement. You want to be able to see that. Getting this goalie to move for the Buffaloes. Try and get her unbalanced, get her off her feet, and then your shot might just evolve. Lady Buffs with the movement, but the ball falls out of bounds. Going to have a throw in by number 33 of the Skyhawks. And again it falls out. Possession towards the Lady Buffs. Asha James in some trouble trying to find her way out of it, but Skyhawks come out with the possession. Lady Buffs with the defense, and that ball goes out of bounds, but it stays in possession of the Skyhawks. Before this throw-in, she's going to see if her team is ready, because she wants every shot to count. This far into the game, you need to become smarter and wiser with your decisions. You want every kick, want every throw-in to count. Because we are just under 15 minutes left in this game. As the Skyhawks trail the Lady Buffs 2-0. Lady Buffs kick it towards the midfield. Down the half line. There is a whistle called.
Two zoom in there. Two ready, two go. One ready, one go.
Skyhawks with the possession. Trying to get their offense engaged. And that ball rolls out of bounds. Skyhawks are getting ready for another corner kick. And as I said before, you want to make these count. As we're winding down on this game and you're trailing by 2, you want to try and even the odds. And before this corner kick, we have a sub in. Number 25 of the Lady Buffs, Nicole Gray. She's a forward freshman out of Amarillo, Texas. Here comes the kick from the Skyhawks towards the goal. But the Lady Buff defense is not giving in. They head it out. And here comes a steal, race for the ball. Lady Buff defense kicks it out. Sarant racing. But the goalie comes out of the box and sends it away. Smart move by the goalie, because if you give Sarant that space one-on-one, she can be dangerous. She already has both of these 2 goals in her name, and we have another sub in for the Lady Buffs. That's going to be number 4, Alexa Dugan. She's a forward. Another freshman out of Carlsbad, New Mexico. And then we look over towards the Skyhawks side, and we have another sub in. And that is going to be number 20, Gabby Merez Fishman. She's a midfielder, sophomore out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. And she was one of the original starters when we started this game off. Asha Jane passes to Sarant. And they are trying to reset this Lady Buffs offense. Sarant's pass goes out of bounds. We're going to have a throw in from the Skyhawks. Lady Buffs trying to regain possession. Look at the footwork from Sarant. There's a shot at the goal, but it is saved, and she sends it out. That last shot was taken by number 25, Nicole Gray of the Lady Buffs. Race to the ball, but it rolls out of bounds. Looks like this is going to be in favor for the Lady Buffs. Here's the throw in. Kicked back in the other direction. But that ball falls out of bounds. And this possession is going to go towards the Skyhawks. And we're going to have another sub in for the Skyhawks. And this is going to be number 7, Julia Johnson. Again, another original starter from when we started this matchup. She's a sophomore from Anchorage, Alaska. Skyhawks are awarded a free kick. Waiting on the free kick. It's going to be from number 24 of the Skyhawks, but we do have a discussion on the field with the official. Here's the signal. Skyhawks trying to take advantage. Kick towards the goal. Defense spreads out, sends it back. fight for the ball. Asha James comes up with it. She thought about sending it all the way, but she passes it off instead. Lady Buffs still in possession, spreading out the defense, but just too much defense there from the Skyhawks. And that's where you think it's going to develop. You see one player, and then you see just so much free space from the defense. You think that that ball's going to be able to be slid in there. We have a whistle from the ref. Lady Buffs in possession. If you're the Lady Buffs, do you just want to milk out the time as we come close into 7 minutes left in this game? Or do you still want to have your offense attack? Which I think we're about to see. There's a shot from Sarant, but just over the net. That answers my question. Guess it's the gas pedal to the floor for this Lady Buffs team. We have a sub in for the Lady Buffs, and it's going to be number 3, Bailey Murray. She's a midfielder, sophomore out of Vail, Colorado. She stands at 5'3". Goalkeeper sends it out. As the Lady Buff defense is closing in, they're going to try and take this ball back. There's their opportunity. They get the ball back. This is number 21 for the Lady Buffs, Alexis Villarreal. Throw in for the Skyhawks. Good steal from Villarreal. She comes in again with a slide. Sarant looking for another shot. She gets it to go in. Sarant with her 3rd goal of the night. Wow. An amazing performance from Maria Francis Sarant. She has been outstanding all night offensively, and that comes from the defense that her team provides her. Wow, that's going to bring our score 3-0 with the Buffs leading. As Sarant comes off, she might be done for the night. What an amazing performance from her. Her sub is going to be number 28 of the Lady Buffs. Possibly could be number 26, Jordan Bearden. Defender, she's a freshman from San Antonio, Texas. And again, how I said before, if you're the Lady Buffs, do you want to keep scoring or focus on your defense and milk out the clock? But no. The more score they want, the happier Coach Webb gets. We have another sub in for the Skyhawks, and it's going to be number 23, Aubrey Swindle. She's a forward, sophomore out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. Lady Buffs trying to reset. But here comes the defense from the Skyhawks with the steal. Number 5 with some movement. She takes a shot awkwardly, but that goes outside of the goal. And we have another sub in for the Lady Buffs. And that's going to be number 9, Emily Wood. She's a defender, sophomore out of San Antonio, Texas as well. And if you're Coach Webb, you're pretty comfortable with the lead that you have as we come in 4 minutes left in this game. You have enough confidence to bring out some of your starters, some of your upperclassmen, and put in your younger players, freshman, sophomore, see what they can do. Because it's all about the experience. We've seen a lot more activity from goalkeeper Reagan Heelan this half. Skyhawks have tried to get it rolling, but can't quite get it clicking just yet. But once the Lady Buffs made that first goal, it was nonstop after that. They weren't letting up off on the gas pedal. Skyhawks trying to space out the defense. Quick slide from the Lady Buffs, and they send that ball out. Skyhawks still in possession. We have a whistle called, and that is going to change possession in favor for the Lady Buffs. Closing on 2 minutes left in this game. Skyhawks offense trying to make a leap. Here's a shot, but it's deflected. Lady Buff defender tried to save it. That was number 12 with the deflection, Mandy Stryker. Skyhawks are going to be rewarded a corner kick as they hope to take advantage. Here's the kick towards the goal. Tried with the head towards the goal, but just off the mark as the Lady Buffs defense kicks it out of bounds. As we enter the final minute of our matchup, the Lady Buffs lead 3-0. That is a very familiar score that the Lady Buffs have. It's very impressive to see that same score consecutive games. Skyhawks are going to be rewarded a free kick. This could possibly be their chance to put one score on the board. Number 5 with the free kick. She gets the signal. Here it is. Lady Buff defense is there. The Lady Buff defense is trying to make sure that they keep that stat alive with not allowing an opposing team to score yet just as this season starts. Skyhawks with one more chance. That's deflected by the Lady Buffs, sent the other way, and that is how the game ends. Lady Buffs 3, Skyhawks 0. To start it off, it was an amazing back-and-forth game. Defense, the highlight of it all. But as soon as Sarant made that first goal, Lady Buffs offense took off. They took off and never looked back. What an amazing performance by the Lady Buffs in general. And one player to highlight is Maria Francis Sarant. All 3 goals go to her name in tonight's matchup. And I think that's what it was for the Skyhawks. They put all their attention into Asha James, which last game she had an amazing performance. But this time they locked down on her, but that allowed Sarant to take the spotlight. And she showed what she can do. Well, we're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we're going to take a quick look at stats as we wrap up tonight's game. You've been watching Lady Buff Soccer on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences have served the Panhandle and beyond.
Today, WT is committed to continuing an ag heritage tradition while inspiring innovation and cutting-edge education. As a regional research university, through ag industry partnerships, WT is focused on solving real-world problems and developing future ag leaders. For more information about supporting WT Ag, go to wtamu.edu/agday.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
When you choose natural gas.
Welcome back as we finish out the evening with tonight's matchup of the West Texas A&M Lady Buffs and the Fort Lewis Skyhawks. Our final score of tonight would be 3-0 in favor of the Lady Buffs. And again, all 3 scores coming from Sarant. What an amazing performance from her. Let's take a quick look at stats from both sides of the field. First, we're going to look at shots. A very big increase in the offensive shots for the Skyhawks, going to 11. But again, WT gets the better of those two, and their shots are going to be in at 30. Shots on goal, 5-17. Again, with the Lady Buffs taking that one. Saves, though. Saves come in for the Skyhawks, 14 and WT 5. As we look into those saves, first starting off the game for the Fort Lewis Skyhawks, our goalkeeper was number 1, Katie Dunbobbin. She had 9 saves and allowed 1 goal, and she played for the first half. And then as we came into the second half, we had a new goalie, Caitlin Rossenbaum. She had 5 saves and 2 goals allowed, and she played the entire second half. And as we look at the WT side, Reagan Heelan, number 0 for the Lady Buffs, stayed in the entire game, and she had 5 saves. What an amazing performance for both sides of goalkeepers. Then we look at fouls. These were both fairly even. Skyhawks had 5 and the Lady Buffs had 6. And then we move into corners. Skyhawks had 2 and the Lady Buffs had 6. Skyhawks tried to take advantage of those corner kicks at the very end of the matchup, but they weren't able to get that job done. And again, these two coaches very familiar with each other. They're catching up right now at midfield. A very friendly performance, but the Lady Buffs and Coach Webb come out victorious when it's all said and done.